Again, the Eagles are only middle of the road against tight ends. So I really think this matchup really favors the Bills.
Okay. All right, let's go on to the Windy City where the Chargers take on the Chicago Bears.
I guess this could be a get-right game for the Bears. It all depends on if they actually do what they should be doing, and that's running the ball. And not running the ball up the middle against 300-pound defensive tackles with a 5'8", 180-pound soaking wet Tariq Cohen. If they'd actually use David Montgomery the way that he is meant to be used, and not just give him 7 touches in a game, but if they'd actually lean on him in the run game, let Trubisky throw the ball to Cohen in the passing game and to Allen Robinson, and not force Trubisky to try to be like what Alex Smith was 2 years ago. If they would just let Trubisky still learn the offense and not have to depend on him and use the running game, I think that they would be doing great. That being said, the Chargers overall have just struggled. They're not that great against running backs, which is, again, why I think the Bears should really run the ball in this game. Really, these defenses line up very well against each other. Both teams in terms of giving up fantasy points to the quarterback are both top 10 or top 15. Both teams bleed points to running backs, and both teams bleed points to the tight ends. So really, both of these games should play to the favor of Rivers doing well, passing to and handing the ball off to Gordon and Eckler, and throwing it to Henry, which really those have been the main weapons that they have used lately. Allen has not been all that great. First 3 weeks, he was the number 1 wide receiver in fantasy. Since then, he's from week 4 to week 7, he has been wide receiver number 48. So I'd like to see them get them more involved, but Chicago's defensive backs are good enough that could put a damper on Allen for another week. And as far as the defense goes for the Bears, or for what the Bears are going up against, again, Montgomery and Cohen should be doing well, catching the ball and running the ball out of the backfield, and Trubisky should use Burton a little bit more. Again, Allen Robinson has a little bit more favorable matchup as a wide receiver, but really those are the only 4 options that Trubisky should even be looking at overall in the offense. And I think that they should simplify the playbook just a little bit for Trubisky, and I think they would do even better and let their defense do the work.
Okay. Let's go on to the Panthers and the 49ers. This one is an interesting contest for sure.
Yeah, I still think, I hate to say it, but I think the 49ers win this game. The 49ers overall in their defense, in terms of fantasy points allowed, the only team that's better than they are is the New England Patriots.
Right.
The Patriots are the top team in terms of giving up fantasy points to the quarterback, the running back, the wide receiver, and the tight end. Where you've got San Francisco, they're number 2 at the quarterback and the running back and the tight end, and number 5 giving up points to the wide receivers. So the 49ers are a tough defense. Really, it's all gonna depend on how well the Panthers can use McCaffrey and if he can break a couple of plays off. The 49ers offense has not been great. It's been good enough.
Right.
And now that they have Emmanuel Sanders, they actually have another passing weapon to use other than George Kittle, which may open things up more for not only the run game, but also for other pass catchers like Marquise Goodwin and Deebo Samuel. So I think that, honestly, I think the 49ers come away with the win in this one. The only players that I would really want in this game are obviously Christian McCaffrey and then the 49ers defense. I think those are the 2 best options, really the main options that you have, and maybe George Kittle are the main options that you have for fantasy in that game.
Okay, 3 more games. One that deserves the point spread that it's going to get. The New England Patriots, 13.5-point favorites over the Cleveland overrated Browns or overhyped Browns at Foxborough. Everybody thought the Jets game was going to be lopsided. I have a feeling this one figures to get uglier.
I don't necessarily think this one will be uglier because I think that the Browns have a better run game overall than the Jets do. I mean, the Jets are okay at the run, but I don't think that Le'Veon Bell is the same runner that he used to be. I think that Le'Veon Bell, his best attribute was the fact that he could be patient behind the Pittsburgh offensive line. That would, he would wait long enough for holes to open up, and they would open up ginormous holes for him to run through. The Jets' offensive line isn't that good, right. And so it's been harder for Bell to get those kind of yards. That being said, Nick Chubb just plain runs over people, and I think that will help him in this game against the Patriots. So I think that could open up things a little bit more. I don't think it's going to be as much of a bloodbath. That being said, Baker Mayfield still turns the ball over like crazy and throws the ball everywhere. And so the Patriots, I think that honestly this is going to be another blowout. I think that the Patriots will easily win this one. But I don't necessarily think it's going to be as much of a blowout as last week. It may be 28-0 or 28-3 instead of 33-0.
Yeah, well, let's not lose sight of the fact that Bill Belichick used to coach for the Browns, and I think he wouldn't mind sticking it to them, even though that was 9 million ages ago.
I think he's done a good job of sticking it to the entire league over the last 20 years.
Yeah, but nothing like a coach facing a team that let him go, even though the Browns have let everybody go through 9 million different regimes. So,
well, yeah, I was going to say, let's not forget, he actually wasn't fired. He was technically fired by the Browns, but at that point, the Browns were moving to Baltimore.
Right.
And that's when he got fired.
Right. Either way.
So technically, he was fired by the Ravens.
Or the Baltimore Browns. All right, well, let's talk about the Oakland Raiders facing the Houston Texans for the last time as an Oakland-based team. And I know you touched on it. You have Deshaun Watson against a gritty Raiders team, knowing that they're playing their final year in Oakland.
Yeah, I think that Derek Carr could be in for an okay game here. Again, as long as Jenkins is healthy, this is another thing you got to watch the waiver wire. As long as he's healthy, I think that he will be okay in this game. The Houston Texans, let me pull it up. They can be pretty tough against running backs, but they give up a ton of points to quarterbacks and wide receivers. So this could be a decent game for the passing game to get going for the Raiders. As far as the Texans go, again, this Oakland Raiders team is kind of scrappy. That being said, they give up the third most amount of points to quarterbacks, second most to wide receivers, and third most to tight ends. So they stop up the run well, but if you think about the Texans' offense, they don't really run the ball because they've got Carlos Hyde and Duke Johnson. Basically, it's the run game is Deshaun Watson on short dump-offs or running when he scrambles out of the pocket. So I think that Houston comes away with the win in this one. Oakland could be scrappy enough to pull out a win, but if they do, I think they're going to have to score a lot of points to do it.
Yeah, well, there's no doubt about that. So does DeAndre Hopkins have a big monster game in this contest?
I think he does. With Will Fuller being out for a few weeks, Will Fuller being healthy is kind of the kryptonite to DeAndre Hopkins' consistency. With Fuller out, he's got no choice but to be throwing, just to be hucking the ball to DeAndre Hopkins. Now that could mean that Hopkins gets double and triple teamed a little bit more. It could mean that Kenny Stills is in for a big game now. But I think that overall, that DeAndre Hopkins should put up decent numbers in this game.
And finally, in the Minkah Fitzpatrick Bowl, the Miami Dolphins take on the Pittsburgh Steelers in a game that not everybody's looking forward to because you have a team that's probably going to get yet another offer.
Yeah, I think that the Dolphins get absolutely ripped apart in this game. They give up the second most points to quarterbacks, second most fantasy points to running backs, sixth most to wide receivers. I think that they're going to be in big trouble. The Pittsburgh defense has actually been really solid this year. They're one of the top 4 fantasy defenses, and they've got a great schedule coming down the road for the rest of the season. And I think that they really put it to the the Miami defense in this game. The Steelers, they're tough against quarterbacks, running backs. I mean, the one position that they struggle against a little bit is the tight end position. They've given up the fourth most amount of fantasy points to the tight end. That being said, they only give up about 9.7 points to tight ends, and compared to most teams, like Arizona, who gives up 16 points to tight ends per game. So I think that they'll be okay. I think that the Steelers really do put a number on the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins may not be as much of a struggle for the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins may get a little bit going in the offense, but really overall, I think that this will, the Pittsburgh Steelers will handle their business in this game.
Well, all I can tell you, Booger McFarland and Joe Tessitore only have 2 words of wisdom. Ready? Good luck. Good luck. And considering they had the Patriots and the Jets, you have another route. Good luck. Do a lot of homework. And everybody can, instead of talking about the once 17-0 proud Dolphins, you can be looking at an 0-16 team that doesn't know what quarterback they're going to have, and especially knowing that I thought by now Josh Rosen would be playing. Instead, they can't make up their mind what quarterback they're going to take with. So, meanwhile, that puts a wrap on tonight's edition of Fantasy Football with Scott Morgenroth and Ryan Skolrud. Ryan will be back on the Sports Exchange tomorrow night. Any closing thoughts, Ryan?
No, just I hope you guys, everyone who's listening, is able to have a good week of fantasy. That all of your decisions pan out, and that you finish off the week with nothing but wins.
All right. Well, with that said, Ryan Skolrud will have a little bit more time to get us some more hay for tomorrow night's Sports Exchange. So meanwhile, everybody have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.